Yesterday, the PayPal news was possibly the biggest news for Bitcoin and crypto this year. I think that most channels actually underplayed how significant this was. So let's recap. Monday, we had Visa, which is one of the biggest payment providers in the world, with an announcement. Tuesday, we had PayPal follow, and it's only Wednesday morning. And the first thing we saw on Wednesday morning was a big red candle. And the big question is, of course, should we be worried about this big red candle? Why did we get this big red candle? So when I have these questions, I call the sniper. I'm Crypto Man Run, and I come to you every day at 10 a.m. EST. But we know that you guys need more trading information, live trading information, because you guys aren't going to wait for the trades. When those trades comes, you need to know about them. And so that's why we've got this show for you with our sniper. If you're new to our channel, smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit the bell button, because you never know when we're going to come to you with these emergency charts. Also, that's your entry into the biggest crypto competition in the world. It's called the Banter Bags giveaway. And we've taken $10,000 and we invested in pre-market gems. We secured a bag of Unmarshall. Hold on a second, Fred, hold on. Go back to that bag of Unmarshall. So, the $1,000 that we secured for Unmarshall bought us 6,666 tokens, more or less. The price of Unmarshall right now, as I look at it, is $6. It was as high as $10. So that $1,000 that we invested is now worth about $40,000. And that $40,000 is sitting inside the Banter bags, which we're going to distribute in amongst the community. That's just one. We're getting you these allocations all the time. We've got you an AOS allocation. We have a whole lot of other allocations. We got you a collateral allocation yesterday. Guys, this is going to be the biggest giveaway in crypto history. If this is anything to go by, if history is anything to go by, then you know that this bag may be worth $2 million. Anyway, let's get on with the show, because I've got a lot of questions regarding this big red candle. And let's get our crypto sniper, Sheldon. Welcome back, my friend.
How are you, buddy?
Sheldon, were you stressed when I called you this morning? I said, Sheldon, what's going on? I mean, is it the end of the world?
It's never the end of the world in crypto. It just means you don't have a plan B. And I'm just going to show you exactly what happened today. Guys, it's a part of the journey. This is crypto. This is what happens all the time. As long as you got plan A and you got plan B, you will always rock this market. And that's what we're going to show today. So no problem.
All right, so let's talk about what happened yesterday. Let's start off with yesterday's big green candle on Bitcoin. So let's just zoom out to yesterday quickly before we look at today. Look at that big green candle. So that big green candle was the PayPal announcement. That was when the market realized that the payment processors are now in a race to crypto adoption. It's unbelievable, because we used to talk about whether Ethereum could scale to Visa-like transactions. And now Visa themselves, the same people that we thought we were disintermediating, are saying, you know what, we can't beat crypto. We're going to join crypto. They did that. PayPal followed. And I think that within the next week or 2 weeks, MasterCard's coming in. And that was what that green candle was. Now, let's look at what the charts say about that.
Awesome. Cool, guys. So first thing to basically take note of is remember when. So I'm going to jump back to the 4-hour year, higher time frame. Remember, we got these beautiful entries right at the bottom. Really good. What did we have after that? A great resistance point. All that we needed to do, and remember what I said, we had to get close to that $60,000 mark. We had to get back to show that we are reversing trend again from this downwards trend that we had from, I think it was the 13th of March. So for the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we have been in this downward sort of trend. And what did we need to finally do is to break out of that trend. You can see how I tracked down this. I just tracked the momentum downwards. Now we get the solid break. Now what you can see clearly is, guys, remember something, that off of a normal dump, okay, and if I jump to the 1 hour here to just show you here quick, is sometimes we are going to get these solid red candles that just come out of nowhere, these quick ones that just drop. Now, these are something called a fake out. This is something to get everyone's nerves going, to get everyone to panic sell, get everyone to remember, we are fighting in a market where there's only a specific amount of coins. That's what everyone. There's a small echo there. Cool, no problem. So end of the day, we are fighting each other for these coins. They can't make more of these coins, and there's not. So we are continuously fighting each other for the coins. We are actually competitors to each other. We are all actually fighting each other in this market to get the coins from each other. End of the day, dollars, they are printing and printing and printing. So we know dollars always coming in. There's not more and more Bitcoin. There's not more and more of these coins that can be just come into the sort of circulation. Yes, we got the mining and that, but you know, eventually that's even going to get capped. But the main thing is someone has to lose for someone to win. So the market is going to throw these sort of scares out in the market. They're going to throw these things out to put you off your nerve. Why? Because someone wants your Bitcoin. Someone wants to buy these coins from you, and they know if it continuously goes up in the market, you're not going to sell it. So what are they going to do? They're going to scare you. They're going to make these fast drops. Now, when we look at the previous dumps that happened last week, and we go see what happened in those sort of zones, do you see how we rallied up, and then we went a little bit slowly down? This is an early warning sign that we are losing steam, and then the dump starts coming. But now if we go have a look, and you even see what happened there, up, slowly down, push up, slowly down, and then we start this sort of movement. So it actually needs to get somewhere, slow down, show that we're starting to lose momentum, and then we should start trailing down quite quickly. Now, what's the difference that happened now, especially yesterday, is we've been rallying up, all of a sudden, boom, they dropped this thing straight. Now, this is something called a fake out, something to scare the market out of these sort of zones. Did we drop unhealthily? If we go look at any of these higher time frame points, we just literally fell straight down to support, which is the previous low over there. We needed to have a bit of pullback. I can't just go up in a straight line. There's always going to be these short-term sort of retraces. And if we go have a look, remember I showed you guys yesterday the stochastic RSIs. Let me just delete that over there. Have a look. We were rolling on top for a while. At some point, that stochastic's got to come down. Some point, we got to have some selling pressure. It is healthy to have that sort of zone. Now, obviously, we had this quick shoot back down into the zone. And now what I basically see is we're going to slow down in this zone now. So what we're going to try to do now, and what Bitcoin's going to do, is we have not dropped anywhere unhealthy, anywhere to be scared right now. We have literally just turned a resistance into support on both levels, horizontally and on trend lines. We have dropped perfectly to the zone. Now, the problem is with this is when we have such a quick fall and there's a big, let me just erase that, and there's a big strong wick that comes down. Not all the liquidity was captured in this area. Okay, because it was so quick, they never got all the bars that they wanted. So what usually happens in these sort of points of view is this is either going to rally a little bit up, but eventually in the next, either today or a little bit later, we're going to come back into the zone and capture the rest of the liquidity. We don't want the strong wick to come down like this and then shoot up. I'm telling you, it's going to come back down because it's too fast. It should not be happening so quick. That is actually how they're going to trick you, because it's going to come down, then they're going to shoot it up. So it means you panicked, you sold out at that zone. We now shoot up. Now you're going to say, oh, now it's going up. It's continuously going up. So now you FOMO back in. And what do? They send it straight back down again. Do you see how it's a mental game and how they play with you in the market? So knowing when it's quick and when it's slow is a very important little key that you guys need to take into trading. These quick ones, you know what, if it's fast, it won't last. End of the day, that's the sort of thing. If it's slow, let it grow. These are the sort of things that we need to take in when we are trading. So if anyone has been panicking, we didn't drop anything big. We didn't fall back down. This is a scare, and it's going to come back into the zone. It's going to come back in here, and we actually needed to slow down. What happened here? We grow up, we slow down, they send you a fake out, and it falls. Now, this is what we need again. We need this to come back down. We actually need to slow down in this area. Let's get those RSIs down. Let's get the 4-hour and the 8-hour stochastic down, and you'll see when we eventually slow down, then it will start rallying and start making its way up to the next sort of targets. So it's just important to understand the momentum that we actually need. It should be falling slowly. If this is early warning signs that we are coming down hard, it will come down, so it will slow down completely. And this would have actually done this. Just move that. There we go. This would have actually rallied slowly, boom. Then it would have went straight down. Not this push straight up. This is playing with you guys. This is just playing with your emotions, and it's important to identify that. Zoom out. We are looking really good with Bitcoin right now, and I just see us slowing down a little bit. This creates panic. So all that they're going to do is they're going to test the waters here now. They're going to leave it in the zone and they're going to test. Are people panicking out? Are they selling out? As soon as it starts to settle and everyone starts to breathe a bit again, is when they will start rallying up to the next sort of zones. So what we do have with Bitcoin now is we know we shouldn't come back into these sort of pennants. So where we have fallen, the main thing is a lower low. So we don't want to make a lower low than what we made on the 29th of March, 2 days ago, which was basically the 54,600 sort of level. We don't want to reverse that. You could see how we clearly reversed the previous pattern. We don't want to reverse it again and start making lower lows. That will be our early warning sign. But remember, if it does do that, it's gonna attempt. So what I mean is, wherever we are right now, and if it slows down, the importance of us fighting back and getting the higher high is so key. This is going to give us indication we are continuing. They're going to now rally and we're going to go for that all-time high. Now, if we do make our way up again and we come just short, we are going to have an early warning sign that, guys, whoa, we're running out of momentum here. We can actually make a little bit of Bitcoin here. And we will take some good profits in these zones. But that's plan B. That's not plan A just yet. Let's first get past plan A. Let's see what happens there. And then we'll move from there. Because end of the day, all that this actually is an inverse. It's just a normal candlestick pattern. Inverse, head and shoulders. There we go. So you can see that perfectly play. We break out of the trend. We come test it. Now we just, as soon as we break that next high, we are on, guys. And that is where our all-time high is sitting at that sort of zone there. So we're looking good. So this is just to scare you guys. And it's important. They are out there to take your Bitcoin. They are out there to take your coins. We are here to calm you down and just to show you how to be taking these trades. You need to be calm when you are trading. Don't panic. If you're panicking, it means you don't have a plan B. And I've actually been, I spoke to Rand yesterday. I'm actually happy with what happened with VTHO because I'm going to show you guys today that VTHO trade, even though it is retraced a bit, I think we're 10% or 12% down from when the second entry came. Remember, the first entries we gave, we are still good. We're very small down from the first entries. But for the guys that we joined the last 2-3 days, I'm going to show you how that trade is going to make us more money than all the ones that we got perfect. Because we did. Pundi, we go look at them. Yeah, cool.
So Sheldon, first of all, Sheldon does do regular updates on his Twitter. His Twitter is @Sheldon_sniper. Remember also, by joining Sheldon's Twitter, you automatically get an entry into Banter Bag. So if you like, if you're subscribed, if you're part of my Twitter, if you're part of Sheldon's Twitter, then you automatically get entry into the Banter Bags competition. There were many updates yesterday. You did a Pundi stop loss update. You did a VTHO update. Guys, follow Sheldon because even though we broadcast once a day and maybe even twice or 3 times a day, the real updates are actually happening on Sheldon's Twitter, which is, again, @Sheldon_sniper. Let's do that. And then on I didn't say this. Aaron van Hoven says there's 2,800 people watching and there's 900 likes. So 1,900 people don't like Sheldon's content. I can't understand how, because this guy's a sniper. I mean, he hasn't called a single thing wrong. Sheldon, let's go on to your updates for the other tokens.
Awesome. So guys, with a lot of them today, what we are going to do with the updates is I am actually doing a full chart update on my Twitter today. Every single chart and every single coin that we have given is going to have a full chart update with a little bit of understanding of what we're actually doing, because we're going to take so much time. I actually want to pull these in, and there's so many educational tips that I want to give you in the day. I'd rather have big updates on the group, and we will obviously go, because you can see it takes a lot of time. So the big updates, I'll go through them very quickly, but the main one I want to focus on today is VTHO and that sort of understanding that we're on there. And we're going to go through Pundi, which made a massive jump. These coins are looking really, really good. So we'll get through them shortly. And then obviously, I'm not adding 2 more coins, but there is 2 new entries today, 4 coins that we have gone through previously for those who missed the entries on that day. Awesome. Cool. So guys, what happened with VTHO? So we had something called a fake out. What happened with Bitcoin yesterday? What do? They scare you. They give you an indication that we are going up. The only problem was, remember that when we break these trends and we break these upward trends, the importance of a higher high is crucial. And the fact that we didn't get the higher high means we're going to come test the lows and we're going to come down to these sort of zones. So what happened basically is we had a bit of a pullback yesterday. Bitcoin was rallying up. Not much of the market was actually moving and was actually rallying up to the sort of areas that we want. But we had a pullback yesterday. And what created the second pullback today was Bitcoin. End of the day, guys, go have a look at every single one of these coins. Look how strong these pullbacks were when Bitcoin sneezes. All of them, every single coin. Rev is the only one. Guys, I hope you got your Rev. This coin is doing immaculate things. Every single one of them. Have a look. When Bitcoin sneezes, the market falls, and you can see that very much in the thing. So for VTHO's pullback now was not an unhealthy pullback. It was Bitcoin. It was Bitcoin coming down. The market is scared, and that we sort of moved. Now, what I want to show you guys with VTHO today, and to sort of give you an understanding, is plan A is to make dollars. That's my plan, meaning that holding this coin, we are rallying upwards. Now, all of a sudden, if we start to turn downwards and we start to, this is where my plan B comes in. And my plan B makes me coins. It makes me actual coins. Now, Rand, if I can ask you a question now, if you saw the charts today and you saw everything was red, what would you be more upset about? Would you be upset if you were 20% down on your dollars, or if you were 20% down on your Bitcoin? Well, what would you be way more upset about?
Definitely 20% down on my Bitcoin.
Exactly. So you remember, this market, we are fighting for these coins. The coins are actually the rare currencies. So if I am going to get stopped out and I am going to lose a position in this coin, it is crucial that I'm either going to make more coins back when I buy back, or I don't lose the coins that I had previously. Because end of the day, what is the dollar? I'm building. The problem why everyone gets scared is because the dollar is the focus. The main thing is the dollar, the dollar, the dollar. Mine is the coins. I don't want to lose coins. I don't want to lose sort of thing. So if I am going to get stopped out, how do I recover that? Or I need to make more coins. I need to have some sort of strategy. Now, what I mean by that is, so all that VTHO did was it basically reacted very strongly to Bitcoin's pullback, which is great. And what it's done is it's basically come back into this original zone, which we have moved. And this is the 618 line. Fibonacci, we know 618 is a really crucial stage for us to be holding. Now, the difference is I want to show you the power. And I want everyone, and I actually want you guys to record this or to just take this date down. I want you guys to ride, whoever is in the VTHO, even if you got stopped out, I'm going to get you back in. It doesn't matter. I want you to record this, and I want you to see what we do in this VTHO trade in the next month. Wow. Give it until the end. The next month, record this. And this was the one that went wrong. It didn't go wrong, but it didn't do what we wanted. And I'm going to show you how this is going to become the bigger trade than all of the ones that went perfect. So what the sort of game plan is now is we are coming back into the zone. During today, if I am happy with us in the zone, we are buying back. Now, for the guys that got stopped out, you're going to end up buying a little bit more coins than what you had previously. That's fine. For the guys that are still in, we have a plan B because we have a main support, which is this previous wick here. Okay. Now, the previous wicks are basically at 1.56 sort of cents. The chart will give you all the things and it will make it a lot more clear. I know you guys battle to see everything here. Now, if we don't hold the support level, okay, we are coming all the way back down to my next green zone. So what we're going to do is we are going to then have our stop loss, which is going to be sitting just under that support. Reason B is because sometimes the price moves too fast that they never got to buy everything that they wanted in the zone. The whales, the big guys, it went too quick. The FOMO kicked in too quick. So they will eventually bring that price back down to these zones and buy so they can get the rest of their buys in and now send it back to the next level. That's just a resistance into support. So that's nothing unhealthy. So the game plan is, if you entered, I'm going worst scenario here. If you entered at 19 cents, which means we are currently sitting from where we are now, we are sitting, call it 14, 15%. That's worse. If you bought that high, that's worst scenario. The other guys got in at 17, so we are much lower than that. But if you got in there, we are 15% down. Now, the difference is if we now get stopped out at this zone, okay, that's last support, guys. We break that, we're coming down fast. Okay, so if we get stopped out at that zone, our next zone to buy in is there. So what do we have? We have a plan B. We know where we're going to buy back. Okay, so what that means is if we get stopped out at the zone and we fall all the way back down to these zones, it's a 30% fall that is coming if we don't hold that level. Meaning that we get to, with the same amount of money that we had, we are get to buy another 30% more coins. So if you had 100,000 coins, doesn't matter the dollar. I'm going to teach this to you guys and I'm going to show you how powerful this is. Now, just by getting stopped out there and buying back at that zone, you are now sitting on 130. 1,000 coins, which means that this entry that you actually had over there, you've actually brought that entry down by 30%, meaning that because you have 30% more coins now with the same amount of money, meaning that you are actually dropping your entry from there all the way down there. Let's just measure that again. So from there, we're dropping it all the way back down there. So just by understanding that when was the key level to get out and where I'm buying back in, do you see how you took your entry from the top and you've brought that entry all the way back down? And what does that do? That gives you, what is important in crypto is the entries. The guys that bought Bitcoin at $4,000 last year, where are they sitting right now? That's the power of having that entry. So I'm not panicking that we're losing dollars. I want coins. Where can I get more coins? So when we're rallying up, it's hard to make coins because you get out, it keeps rallying. You actually end up losing coins by doing that sort of strategy. On the downwards market and the retracing market, I can farm coins without putting more money in. So I now have brought my entry all the way back down. Now, what has that done bigger picture?
Sheldon, you're basically saying that a stop loss is actually your best friend. So if you get stopped, it's your best friend.
100%. As long as I know where I'm buying back.
Because then you can just buy more coins. Simple.
Exactly that. Now, what does that do for me? Is if this comes down, big picture, it's not unhealthy for us to come test the zone. Why? Because they didn't get all the liquidity that they wanted in that zone. So now it comes down, but bigger picture is previously when we had the breakouts, this was the next zone, right? Between 38 and 47 cents. So when we had the breakouts, that was our growth. 100 to 146% was our growth to the next target. Now that you have far more coins and you have dropped your entry all the way back down here, now you're making 195 to a 250%. Do you see how you've just increased your next move to the upward side?
It's an
Stop worrying about
it's actually an exponential increase. You're saying buy more coins because it's cheaper, even though you got stopped out, and now you've got a whole lot more upside because your sell zone actually isn't changing.
Definitely not. Definitely not. It's about how do I accumulate more coins. Remember, we can't make coins in an upwards market, but we can make coins in a downwards market. And that's the important thing to know from this. So plan A, make dollars. Bullish market, we're rallying up. Plan B, bearish market. Now I can collect my coins. Now I can make the coins that I want, which I couldn't make in the bullish market. Remember, dollars is dollars, guys, but the power of making coins with not putting money in is crazy. This is where true education comes. And I'm going to do this with you guys. We're going to do this in the next month, and we are going to run this full. That's why it's important. All of these updates are coming, and this is with any other trades. If one goes wrong, I got a plan B to make it right. Look how powerful it is that you can bring your entry down. Now, remember the guys that rode the first Bitcoin rally in 2017. They bought in. A lot of guys bought in at $20,000, $19,000. What happened next? It fell all the way back down. If they understood the power of doing this strategy, you know, in 3 months' time, you could have brought your entry from at $19,000. You could have brought it all the way back down to 10,000, and you could have brought it all the way back down to 6,000 by farming the coin, by making more Bitcoin off of these rallies and doing these sort of strategies. So you are actually bringing that entry down. We can make mistakes in the market. That's what's going to happen. But to actually fix them and make it, it's a lot quicker. And you're going to see how quickly we're going to make this back with VTHO. It's just about education, guys, and just understanding the two ways. So it's very important. So VTHO, guys, the full description update is coming on my Twitter straight after this page. I have another set of charts there already, and this comes with all of the trades that we are giving. All of them, the only ones that are not doing great right now, if I could say, is VTHO. We're in a bit of a loss, no problem. We got a plan to kill that. We got a plan to make the best, and I'm telling you, that's going to make us more money than any of the winning ones. But secondly, the other one that's a bit slow is TVK, and this comes with the same strategy. TVK is not doing anything unhealthy. It's just coming. What happened here? It was a very fast wick that came down to the zone. Not all the liquidity was captured at the zone. So the possibility of it coming back in the zone is for us to get back in. Now, we are already in and we are strong, and I'm very happy with where we're sitting here. But the same thing here, I'm going to give you the update. If we drop certain levels, we're going to make some coins, we're going to drop our entries without putting any more money in, and it just means we are getting cheaper for the next run to go. It means there's more growth for us. If these coins are already at the top and we're buying at the top and they continue, the growth is getting limited for you. But if we can capture these things at the bottom and keep moving our entries down and down and down to these zones, by the time we get that strong shoot up, we are at the bottom, and that's where all the money's to be made. So those are the two that I'm going to run this strategy on for now, and if there's any others. But the rest are strong, guys. The rest are looking really good. We go look at Pundi. Last night, I put an update on my Twitter, and what I basically said to everyone was, let's just make it bigger for everyone. There we go. Oh, I'm still sitting with this thing there. There we go. Okay. What I said last night to everyone, this is why it's important to have the Twitter. I'm with you guys, and I take all these trades with you. Just remember that. All of these trades I'm with. My actual trading portfolio, 60%, I'll probably say 50%, my trading, not my HODL portfolio, is VTHO. Really, it really, really is. So I'm in it 100% with you guys, and we'll ride this. So what we said yesterday with VTHO was we were getting to this crucial stage, that support stage. And I sent a tweet out, guys, put your stop loss. I made a new stop loss area, and I've given it here for you guys. Put your stop loss in the zone, because if Pundi doesn't hold this level, we're coming down, and we're going to be able to buy a lot more Pundi than what we had previously. And it was just at our entry, so we didn't lose any money. We were just being secure, because if we drop that level, we're going to come down. And look at that, guy. What happened a few hours later? Boom. That's it. Do you see how crucial it is at understanding these zones and not just putting a stop loss anywhere? If it's going to be stopped, I need to take advantage of it. And look at that. We have shot straight through. We had a crazy wick down, Bitcoin, which is fine. Remember what I said, Bitcoin is going to come down a little bit again. It is going to come back into that zone, and that's what it's doing. But what are we doing end of the day? We are just coming. We closed above that, and we're going to hover in the zone for Pundi. So Pundi is looking good. The only thing is, I know there's the news today that they've launched in the new coin, and I think it's going to be 1,000 to 1 or something. So your coins are basically going to reduce. And is it? Yeah, it's going to reduce. So it's going to be, I think they want a higher valued coin and a smaller quantity. So your quantities are going to change, but obviously they're looking at a higher value sort of coin. Do you know anything on that, Ran, on the Pundi?
Yeah, so they are consolidating the coin, and so the chart's going to change tomorrow, but we'll update the community tomorrow when that happens.
100%. But so far, we broke all-time high, much higher high. So Pundi is looking really good. Same stop loss for now. Basically at entry to protect us. And the next one, guys, look how beautiful. Yes, we've had a strong wick, but look how great we have had wink. Now, I wanted to get it out just yet, but I'm giving this one a bit more room to do what it has to do. But look how beautiful our entry was, and we touched our short-term sell zone. Remember, I got a bigger term sell zone. So what I do want to do is there are new coins and new trades coming every day. We're going to take a portion. And what I'm actually doing as a personal sort of strategy is I'm actually, because we are, so from buy zone, I got that good in the middle. We're already 30% up there, but we were up 43% this morning before Bitcoin did what it did. Now, what I'm going to do is we are going to make our way back into the sell zone. When we make our way back into the sell zone, I'm going to sell my initial amount that I put into win. And all my profits I'm leaving for the long run, which means I've made all these win coins now. I'm just taking the amount that I put in, 10,000 or whatever you put in, and I'm leaving the remaining 50% in for the next sort of target. So I've made those coins for free. Now I can hold them fundamentally. I can hold them for the long term, because we know win's got a lot of growth. Now I got capital again for tomorrow's new calls, and these are new sort of ones. So we're going to strategize as we go, and this will come on Twitter for you guys. I see we're already running hot past here, so I think let's get in. The rest are all coming. They're all looking good. EGLD, all that I said yesterday. This was a tweet that I put in there. We got a higher high, which is good. Now, what we want is a higher low than the breakout. And whatever, look, that was a drawing that I made yesterday. We were up there. We weren't even close to that yet. And you can see it's doing what we want. Now, what EGLD, when we're going to get the true breakout, is when we break this next trend to the upward side. So it's gone up. We've made the higher high. That's a good sign. Now we want the higher low. Boom, and then the breakout to the next movement. We still see massive gains coming from EGLD. So that's all looking good. Now, guys, the same ones now, I want to update on the ones we did yesterday. These are the ones I want. It's the same trades, and it's the new trades as well for today. We're not putting any more in. We are going to start closing some. We're going to really strategize and work through this together. So the two, again, is Litecoin, guys. Litecoin with PayPal and that, it's big news. And this coin has been holding down. And the reason why, and I actually want to show you here quickly, is if you look at Litecoin, the BTC pair, actually shocking how long this coin has been trailing downwards for. Guys, this is the daily, eh? Have a look at this. Look how long Litecoin has been trailing down to the BTC pair. What are we doing at the moment? Eventually, this is going to turn. into the bigger cup and look how much growth there is when we have the backing of Bitcoin. Litecoin's had no backing from Bitcoin. We've been trailing down big. So this coin, I'm very, very bullish on. And I think we're going to have massive, massive, massive gains. And we're getting to that top point. Remember what I said about liquidity. When it comes down fast, they didn't get to capture all the liquidity they wanted in the zone. So what did? They eventually bring the price back to that zone. Now we got all of our liquidity. Now we've got all the Litecoin we want. Now we rally our way upwards. So the fact that we have this chart of Bitcoin, it's insane on the daily purpose, on the growth that can actually come from Litecoin.
Amazing. Sheldon, amazing updates, my friend. I can't get my head around the fundamentals of Litecoin. That's my problem. So as much as you say buy Litecoin, and I think maybe as a trade, it's an amazing trade, but I'm not a big fan of Litecoin from a fundamental point of view. And I think the power 100%. The power of this is the collision of technicals and fundamentals. So I think that's where we're going to make a power team. Sheldon, my friend.
Now, quickly, as I quickly close up here now, and I just showed this one and the last one. Remember, what are we doing right now? We've just made, and we're going to see when we get to the sell zone again, we've just made win for free. We've just made this coin. So what are we going to do? This is a short-term trade for Litecoin for now, but we're going to end up making some Litecoin for free. Once we've made the Litecoin for free, we take our initial capital out, we hold the Litecoin in long-term, and we let it run. Because there is a possibility of Litecoin going back to $1,000. It is. As much as there's coins that have these, let's make them for free. We add them to our huddle. And we move on to the next one. Don't hate them, don't date them, just trade them. And that's the main thing from that. So the chart showing me one thing, I'm going to make a few of these coins for free. And we'll see as it goes. It was for free that I made these coins. So we'll allow Litecoin to go. So Litecoin, guys, for the short-term trade for now, 187 to the 196. I dropped the zone a little bit because we had the support over here. So this is a good zone. I see us hovering here for a bit now. Sideways, sideways, sideways. As soon as we know the market calms down, that's a good sign for us that we are then going to rally then upwards. It must calm down. Once it calms down, some sideways, then the shootout. So 187 to 196 is my stock up point for Litecoin, and just under $176 is my stop loss for that trade. And we will update the take profits as we move. Let's get the buy zone, let's survive the stop loss, then we focus on the winning. So that one is looking good. And then Aave again. So having a look at Aave and looking at where we're sitting, we are still looking really good. Not an unhealthy pullback, just a pullback from Bitcoin's little sneeze. So we are back. We have shot up. We have made the higher high than that point. So you can see we didn't make that full higher high just yet. So that's why we had the stronger little rejection. But we are in perfect zone. So I'm buying Aave now, 355 to 373. My stock up zone, 327. I hope we have zoomed in quite a bit, but there we go. That's a support. Put your stop loss just under those zones. And I still see this coin going another 60, 70% in the next 2-3 weeks. We'll see as we go. Some of them a lot quicker, but we'll drop them. Remember, we've got time frames. I gave Pundi the time frame. What did I give yesterday? I gave Pundi one more day and Pundi went up. So now we're good on Pundi for now. I'm going to start giving time frames on these. It's about making money and making coins for free.
All right,
awesome, Rand. That's it from me.
Amazing update. Listen, later on today, we're going to be talking to the founders of VTHO. That's one of the tokens that has come onto our big cap 10x gems. And I think what we're going to do is, again, have the perfect collision between fundamentals and technicals. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at VTHO and the VTHO fuel token and tell us whether any of those are in the buy zone. So I'll see you again at 10 a.m. EST. In fact, I will see all of you again at 10 a.m. EST when we're under the main show. Again, if you are watching, last chance, smash the like, smash the subscribe, smash the bell, because that's going to enter you into banter bags. I'll see you again at 10 a.m. EST. If you're trading out there, trade well, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.